There's a lot to discuss in this episode. The bull run is done, and folks are freaking out. All coins completed their rundown, people. We leave. That isn't true. Since we are reenacting the identical situation, I will show you the charts corresponding to 2017, 2020, and the present. It's honestly a little frightening. Since the cryptos that have been trailing behind are finally beginning to appear, which is a wonderful thing, we will discuss some of the best alts and top cryptocurrencies currently available and their activities. We're going to discuss Quad at 100x gem briefly. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and why the 100,000 mark is about to be breached, sleeper. Without further ado, take a seat back and unwind before we get into Bitcoin. The total amount is $97,417. At the moment, it has dropped 4.3% over the last day. 3,330 is the amount of Ethereum. At the moment, it is down 2.5%. Since USDC is still only 99 cents in XRP, USDT is emerging as a dollar peg. It's down, then. At $1.38, it is down 11.2%. $3 trillion is the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies. Let me say, 326 billion now. XRP was just 50 or 60 cents at the time. Because this item has increased so much that we have made so much money that it hurts to watch it fall again, it was much easier to bear the losses. Look, though, this decline is typical. For those of you who have been monitoring the channel and paying attention, I warned you that there would be a retracement once we reached the range of $50 to $75 that we were just sitting in. Does anyone remember that? You go now. We are retracing our steps. Just what we discussed here, so what will we do now? As long as we have $1 here, we will have to go back. We will be prepared for the next move, and because XLM is currently experiencing some success, we are aware that anything that goes up must eventually go down. That's easy, isn't it? What's going to happen, XLM? 52 cents, 20% can be yours. Money is going to be seen. We called this correction, but I think we should start rotating back into XRP and out of XLM now. We warned you of its imminence. As long as we have $1 in our possession, we will not back down. The Polkadot was also going on a bit of a rampage, but we were going to be all right now. Many of the last assets that haven't moved yet are beginning to rise as they broke into that double-digit region, which is a really positive indicator right now. We observe a slight correction and a slight cool down. Perhaps Bitcoin falls into the lower $90,000 range before we completely blow up and surpass the $100,000 mark. I informed you that the market makers were suppressing Bitcoin and 100,000. They held it down since they didn't want to go above. Now that the markets are not experiencing FOMO, we will see a small amount of it. The markets will employ a fear strategy. These prices will be somewhat lowered by them. People will be screaming when they see the bull market's bull runs over, but at the same time, Bitcoin will unpredictably regain its dominance and soar upward, hitting between $108 and $115,000. We XRP holders are shown here. We're enjoying XRP's good times, but we're not sure if we should cry. Do we still cry, laugh, and have parties? We are unsure about what to do. We simply know that XRP was going crazy. We were really profitable. We're overjoyed, but now that the price is plummeting again, we're crying a little because I said ideology. Listen up, people. This is referred to as 0.0006. Right now, it is absolutely crucial to enter this 500 million. It is still very early. There is a very limited supply. The coin isn't cool. Oh, it's on Mexi, but it's on GateEye. Would you like to discuss your upcoming 50 by 100x gem? I flung it directly at you. You got the old alley-oop from me. Right now. You simply need to finish the dunk on the price of Bitcoin, and according to the Satoshi meter expert, 100,000 is by no means the high. 175, 2 1/4, as agreed. This is most likely what we're looking at. It claims that the price of Bitcoin has a long way to go. It claims that a final breakout above 100,000 would mark a significant turning point in the history of the price of Bitcoin. Nonetheless, the mood of the market at the moment indicates that it would be the first of many significant events to occur during this bull cycle. For example, they are unknown to lizards, stocks, money, and crypto analysts. Another research predicted that the price of Bitcoin would probably go into a second parabolic run. By April of the following year, it was on the rise and had crossed the $100,000 price threshold. Bitcoin has just completed its appetizer. And between the main meal that is being served, there is a brief break. That's what you're currently witnessing. It's almost time to serve the main course. By the end of this year and the beginning of Q1 of 2025, Bitcoin will be worth $175. Bitcoin alts may do what they just did if the price of the cryptocurrency experiences a parabolic blow-off top at about $225,000. They will fall behind. When Bitcoin has finished moving, they will rise, and by the summer and fall of 2025, you will notice that the altcoins have reached their parabolic peak. Last night, Keep shared the chart with me. One eye was open as I lay in bed. He says, "Look, man. Our circumstances are the same. 2016 is on your left, and we were back in 2020. We're going to enter that tiny green bubble, which you can see. After we enter that bubble, what happens? The correction is visible, which we are in at the moment. What occurs if the repair is made and you can tell that it isn't that deep? We dropped from over 3,000 in 2016 to roughly 1,500, and then it soared again. Oh, you most likely tore. It's not that profound. 50%. Recall that there wasn't much money in the markets at the time. Therefore, it's not that horrible. As if you don't think there will be a 50% correction. Following that, the correction was made. As you can see, we hit the 21 EMA, shot straight up, and soared to the right of that first small green circle. What do we see? Tiny edit, $8,000 was a much lesser correction. Let's assume 10,000 will round here. I believe it was give or take. Why wasn't there as much correction? As you can see, we had to push because there was more money in the markets. What was the location of the Bitcoin hit? On it, the wick was 69,70,000. Now, let's move on to the middle, where that green circle, the first one, is aligning precisely like 2020. The same thing will be said again. We are going to enter that we will witness a slight retreat. Bitcoin pulls back around $8,000, putting us in the lower to mid-$50,000 zone. At that point, we begin the upward parabolic move. The other two green circles that will be struck are 130 filed by 170, as you can see. Nobody can predict where that blow-off top or that insane wick will end up. Many individuals are attempting to assert that the bull run is finished and that XRP is returning to 30 cents, but we are in a wonderful position at the moment. It isn't taking place. If the price of XRP drops below the dollar, it won't happen. We are in an apocalyptic situation, so everyone, buckle up and wait. It won't arrive. It won't arrive. We're all doing fine. Everything with crypto is fine. We just made a very large sum of money. As I say on this channel, everything that goes up must come down, and everything that goes down must come back up, because if it doesn't, it's dead. We're all right. Everything is perfectly nice here. What are my expectations for the remainder of the year? Very basic. December Bitcoin recovers more than $100,000. We're not just going to go 101, 102, as I mentioned. A parabolic explosion is about to occur. The temperature will drop from the upper 90s to between 108 and 115. The markets will pick up, so everyone will get excited and wallow once more. Bitcoin crypto TikTok is going to become completely crazy, and Twitter is going to go nuts. Everything about it will be beautiful. They will begin to rip once more. Going to go parabolic and shoot up as well. Everyone will become excited once more. There will be nothing but fireworks in Q1. Individuals will be counting their money, concerned about what they will do with their payouts and what they will purchase next. We're all crossing our fingers that Trump doesn't enact a capital gains tax. If you think about it, this bull run delay is also helping us a little bit here, because when we cash out in 2025, we won't have to pay taxes on it in 2026. Then comes tax season. I'll be talking about this a lot because we're going to see a correction in the markets. Around April, which is tax season, there will be an adjustment during tax time. So consider it. A market correction in March or April. People will kick and shout that the bull cycle is over once more. That's all. We're finished. That is not true. At that point, the dominance of Bitcoin begins to decline, money begins to shift into alternative currencies, and all of the older coins exhibit parabolic movements. Q3 of 2025 summer, people, put it in writing. This channel's predictions remain unchanged. They have been dead on accurate.